Good morning, everyone. I hope you are well today. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for tuning in to the Business Wealth Show this morning. If you are watching live, hello, and thank you for hopping on. If you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay in the comments. Let me know that you are here and you are tuning in. And if you are watching live, give me a hello. Let me know that you are watching today. I would love to know that you are here. Now, today's session is strategic chats. It is Thursday, and Thursdays are always strategic chats. For those of you that are new to this, what strategic chats is my open Q&A session, which means that you can ask any question about your business or indeed about mine, and I will happily answer those. I am here to help, support, and serve you with answering your questions. So do make sure that you ask them. Now, if you are tuning in and you're thinking, who is this person? What does she know about? And what type of questions should I ask her? My name is Annette Ferguson. I am CEO of Annette & Co, UK-based accounting firm. I am a chartered accountant, certified Profit First professional, and financial strategist. And I help business owners take home more money from their business for them and their families to enjoy. I have been running my business for, it will be 12 years this year. In September, it will be 12 years. And we do so as a virtual business and have done since the very beginning. So everyone moving to working from home over this time period, etc., has not impacted how we work as a business. It is also true that I am a complete digital marketing geek. I love all that stuff. I love consuming the information on it. I love implementing it as well, which of course is always key. So any questions around those types of things as well, I am happy to answer, and I would love to answer them as well. Good morning, Eloisa. Hello, Jariri. Thank you for tuning in and joining me. So like I said, today is strategic chats, which means I am here to answer any questions that you may have about your business or indeed about mine. I am happy to answer those as well. So do make sure you ask. And I'm going to just check to see if we have any questions that have already previously been asked that I am going to answer as well. But if you want to ask a question, just do so in the comments. That is how you can do that. Just ask in the comments and I will happily answer those. And whilst you're typing in your questions, whilst you are thinking about what you want to ask, I want to cover off a question that I saw in a Facebook group this morning, and it was such an interesting question to me because the question was, what do you sacrifice to pay for your time on social media? And I found this choice of words completely and utterly fascinating. And I'm going to read you my answer because I think I was just fascinated by how this was worded, particularly with the word sacrifice. So what I said was, what interesting verbiage, sacrifice. For me, social media is part of our strategy. Therefore, it is strategic and not a sacrifice at all. Secondly, everything we do on social comes from a place of service. Again, a very different energy to sacrifice. Thirdly, coming to it with a view of sacrifice suggests that you don't have a choice, but you do. You have complete free will over whether you are on social media or not. I then went on to say, I would suggest that if you do view your time on social media as a sacrifice, it might be worth reviewing your strategy over it. And if it's not in your strategy, then don't bother with it because people can feel. And I said, yes, even the words are typed on your phone. They can feel the energy of sacrifice rather than of service, if that's what you're bringing to it. And most people don't want to buy, interact, build a relationship with somebody who's coming from a place of sacrifice. So I just found that word just so incredibly, I guess, insightful into how the person was viewing their time on social media, almost as if it was cumbersome, almost as if it was something that was not where they wanted to be. And so, that was really, really interesting to me in terms of thought processes and actually how we are thinking about the things that we are doing in our business. Because one, we need to make sure that they're strategic. We need a strategy around everything that we're doing in our business should be backed up by the strategy that we have to support that. And if it's not, we need to review why we're doing those things in the first place if they are not within our strategy. And if we don't have a strategy, we need to go back a step and develop a strategy around whatever the thing is, so that we then know we are acting strategically, and our actions are those actions that are going to be profit producing, that are going to drive the business forward and move the needle for us. So that is the first part of it. And the second part is showing up in service. That is the way that we can develop ourselves, develop our business, and support those around us. For me, that's such an incredibly important part of showing up on social and showing up just generally in my business from a place of service, certainly not even anywhere close to a place of sacrifice. So that is what I kind of share. And I feel really passionately that word is so incredibly interesting that it was used in that context as well. So for those of you who are hopping in and joining me and just experiencing my kind of sacrifice versus service passionate response there. This is Strategic Chats that you are tuning into, which means that it is my open Q&A session. And these questions are this session rather is entirely driven by the questions that you ask. So do make sure you ask questions in the comments, because that is why I am here. I am here to answer your questions. So please do make sure you ask them. Scott is saying it's like a dislike to the use of social media. Yeah, absolutely, completely. It just doesn't show up right at all. Jariri, thank you for the clapping. I appreciate that. And good morning, Richard. It is lovely to see you as always. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for joining me this morning. So remember, this is entirely driven by the questions that you ask. So please do ask them. Please do ask any questions that you have around business. Something I've been asked recently as well, which I want to I can share with you today, is somebody asked me about my current strategy for Clubhouse. I am on Clubhouse pretty regularly at the moment. I am trying to be hosting rooms around about how many have I done this week? 1, 2, 3. I've hosted 3 rooms this week so far. I've spoken in a couple of others, and I'm actually from the 8th of February going to be moving to hosting rooms daily on Clubhouse. And this is something that many people might view as a waste of time and a sacrifice, but actually I'm in learning mode with this new platform at the moment. When a new platform comes in, I do like to try it without any kind of preconceptions coming to it. I like to go in, try it for myself, see what works, see what doesn't work, and work out what my strategy will then be around that platform. And I am completely currently in learning mode for Clubhouse. So if you are on Clubhouse, if you have an iPhone and you are on Clubhouse, then do make sure that you follow me. I am Annette Fergs, ANNETTEFERGS on Clubhouse. Make sure you turn on the bell and hit always so that you know when I am hosting sessions as well. You can come in and check out what I'm doing on there. I would love to see you in some of my rooms. I've also just applied for a club as well to actually host a club in Clubhouse as well as just rooms. So, watch this space on how that works. And I will, of course, keep you updated on how that strategy is working and, what I discover as part of this learning phase that I am currently in. But I'm currently finding it incredibly interesting. So we'll see where it goes. Whether or not, once the more and more people come in, it will get too noisy. Potentially, they might have to kind of restructure how you interface with rooms and how you find things in there. Don't know. but it's going to be quite an interesting journey nonetheless. And I think as well, you know, some people don't like to jump into new platforms as they emerge because they think, well, it could just be faddy. We don't know. And they might be. Clubhouse might be gone in a year. But the thing is, it is likely that what you learn at this stage from using it will be able to be applied to the next thing that comes along, you know, Clubhouse 2.0. Look at TikTok, for example. You know, many people saying TikTok's just for kids, etc., etc. Everything that people have learned on TikTok was then able to be applied to Instagram Reels when that came out. And by the way, there are still millions and millions of people on TikTok. And by the way, the demographic is not 11 to 13-year-olds. It's skewing much older, as all these platforms always do, because even if they start as a kids platform, the parents get on there to make sure the kids are okay. And then, of course, the platform starts skewing older because the parents get involved anyway. So the demographic is constantly shifting for TikTok. And like I say, you know, if you cut your teeth on TikTok and its predecessors, then now you know how to use Instagram Reels. And so these things will emerge and these things will kind of morph in the same way, by the way, that if you cut your teeth in Snapchat when Instagram stories came in, you were all good. You knew exactly what to do because you had been using Snapchat for years. Same thing, potentially with Clubhouse, it could be the next Facebook, but it could die away. It could be, you know, the next Vine, and it could not exist anymore, and it could die a death, but there will likely be some kind of 2.0, some kind of, you know, version 2 or whatever that is a take on audio only. Even if it's not Clubhouse, even if it's something after. So I think that's really important when new platforms come up, to keep that in mind, that the learning you do in a new platform, actually, it's not wasted if that platform dies. And that's really important to understand. And also any traction that you get in there, followers, etc., they are likely to follow you around the internet. So I am seeing that the more I am in Clubhouse, I am getting ticks up in our YouTube subscribers. I am getting DMs in Instagram as a result. I have already had 2 people in the last 3 days DM me in Instagram looking to book a fitting call to work with us. So that is the power of these platforms, that actually they don't operate in silo either. They operate by, you know, playing off each other and actually linking back, because you can't DM in Clubhouse. So the way you get people to interact with you one-on-one has to be via another platform, and you can link up your Twitter and also your Instagram to your profile. So that is how you interact one-on-one. And I'm already getting DMs, even though I've not been on it particularly long. And I've only really been, you know, starting to get much more active in the last week. So that's something to remember as well. Any questions coming through, do make sure you ask them. This is Strategic Chats, so I do like to cover off any questions that anybody has, but I think everyone is being very shy this morning as well, which is completely okay. It's early. I understand. You're maybe still half asleep, or you're busy listening to this while you're getting dressed or having your first cup of tea or coffee of the day. I think I'm on about my 4th. Don't worry, it's decaf though, so I'm not going to be climbing the walls. It's tea as well. Don't drink coffee. So thank you everyone who is joining me for Strategic Chats. Those are a couple of things that I have been speaking about this week, and a few questions that I have been asked this week. So I wanted to cover those off with you. Any questions that you might have about your business, or indeed about mine, please do ask in the comments. That is why I'm here this morning. That is why I'm here every Thursday. It is Strategic Chats Day, which means that I answer your questions, you know, whether you ask them in the comments, or I do, like I have today, sometimes cover off questions that I've already been asked during the week and answer them in this session, because it is the most efficient and best way for me to be able to answer the questions that I get in. So I thank everyone for joining me. I thank you for being part of this session today. If there's no more questions coming in, then what I will do is I will close down the session. But do as I say, if you are on Clubhouse, make sure you come and follow me, Annette Fergs. Make sure you hit the bell and select always when you find my profile so that you know when my next session is. And incidentally, I think my next session at the moment is booked in for Monday. I think, let me check, because I think it is Monday at perhaps 10:30-ish, something like that. Yes, 10:30 on Monday. I might do a session before then. I'll just have to see how the next couple of days goes. I may host a room before then, but I will certainly be hosting at that time on Monday. And the customer life cycle is what I'm covering then, and I'm going to be speaking with Mike Scott about the customer life cycle at 10:30 a.m. on Monday. I'm doing 2 sessions on Monday. I'll also be there at 8 p.m. on Monday, and I'm speaking to some wonderful business friends of mine, Rachel and Tony, and we are speaking about good outcomes from bad clients. That's going to be a really, really good one to tune into. I know we're going to have a lot of fun with that conversation because the 3 of us have had the conversation offline previously as well. So that's going to be a really good one to tune into too. So mark them in your diary for my Clubhouse sessions. Of course, I am back live again tomorrow morning, wherever you are watching this at 7:30 a.m. So again, also mark that in your diaries as well. Make sure that you come and take part. I would love to see you there. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I know your time is precious. Thank you for spending some of it with me this morning, and I will speak to you all very soon. Take care, everyone.